Hey folks, I wanted to tell you about a specific supply problem that I've noticed in the last few months that doesn't seem to be getting any better, and it has to do with gig bags. Now I'm holding up a gig bag here made by Holo Music, and you might have heard of them. They do guitars, ukuleles. They also make cases, and I managed to get a couple of these on Amazon for 13, 14 with tax, $15, let's say, shipped. However, I had to wait quite a while because they sent them from Asia. They don't state that in the listing. Um, I think it was a Prime purchase, but they kind of ambush you with the fact that it's going to take longer because it's coming from Asia. And it's really the only good deal I can find lately on gig bags. As you know, when I sell guitars, I like to supply a gig bag, even if it's a cheap one. And I get a lot of guitars shipped to me without any gig bags, so I'm always looking for a gig bag supply. Now, until recently, I was getting the chrome gig bags from. You can get them either on eBay from a couple of sellers on eBay. I think GoDaddy, or GoGPS maybe, maybe a couple of others. And you could get the electric. They're just plain nylon bags, no padding. But you could get the plain electric ones or the acoustic ones for around $8 or $9 a piece, and it made sense to just buy bulk. I used to buy 6 to 10 at a time, have them shipped. That dried up. First of all, they had a problem in mixing the sizes. Every time you ordered an electric guitar bag, a dreadnought bag would arrive. So I couldn't order any electric bags for a while. I noticed that they've just got a new stock on Amazon recently at around $9. However, it's the same problem as this. You purchase them and they come from Asia, and they take a while to get here. I've got a couple on order for electric guitars that I want to sell, and I have to wait a couple of weeks for them to arrive. So consequently, and this is on eBay as well, finding cheap gig bags that you can buy in bulk is becoming a real problem. And most of the gig bags that you see on Amazon or eBay are highly overpriced. For instance, gig bags you used to be able to get for $10 a piece are now selling for 20 or 18 or something like that. And it's hard to, when you're buying gig bags for sale guitars, it's hard to spend a ton of money on them because then you lose your margin on the guitars that you're selling. So the idea is to keep the price down and keep a way to stock them. Even if it's just a cheap gig bag to ship the guitar in, I found that it helps, one, protect the guitar, and two, any sort of gig bag is better than none. And most of my customers, the first question that they send to me when I list a guitar is, does it come with a case or a gig bag? So I try to make sure that it does every single time, which means I have to find supply, ways to order them in bulk for a reasonable amount of money. And I don't know if it's COVID related or to do with the international shipping issues after COVID and the Ukraine situation, but for some reason there's just hardly anything available in the budget range. You see cases about this quality all the time on Amazon and eBay, but they're like $35, $40. That's what they're marked at, and they're not worth that. They're just not worth that. It looks like a good case, but it really is. I'd say this is a $20 case. And I'm getting a deal to get it for 12 or 15, as I said. It is not a $30, $40, $50 case at all. But I'm seeing such a limited supply, certainly overpriced array of gig bags on both eBay and Amazon, probably Reverb as well. For instance, you used to be able to go on those sites and search for gig bags under $12, and you'd see a lot of options. Now there's just nothing. There's those chrome bags, but they've got supply issues, and the new stock is taking forever to ship from Asia, China probably. So it's a bit of a problem. If you need one in a pinch, you're gonna have to wait a couple of weeks for it to arrive. Um, and I could order bulk, but a lot of times they only have ones and twosies available. So just wanted to relate that. And of course, if anybody has, um, an angle on gig bags that I've overlooked, let me know. I'm always looking for, around $8, $10, $12 gig bags, so that I can put them, in with every guitar that I sell, for both shipping purposes and also so that the customer has a gig bag. So I thought to do a video on it. And that's not to say that I only ship out guitars with, really cheap budget gig bags. That's not true at all. I do get a lot of guitars that come in very nice gig bags and even hard shell cases that I turn around and ship out to the customer. So any accessories, cases, gig bags, 90% of the time goes straight back out to whoever buys the guitar. So it's not a case of just, putting cheap gig bags with every guitar, especially higher end guitars. I like to find nicer gig bags for. But there's just a real problem with general supply, and I just thought to relate it to you. Also, you might be looking for a gig bag, and it's just getting really, really hard to find. Now, of course, if you're willing to spend $30, $40, $50, $60, there's plenty of options. But if you're looking for something under 20, let's say, it's very, very limited, and the supply is extremely challenged. So it's a real problem. It's a struggle, and I've gone through, I'd say, probably 8 or 10 sources in the last 2 or 3 years that keep drying up, and I have to find new ones. So it's a constant battle in this industry. So maybe somebody has a solution for me. I'll put it out there and see what comes back. All right, folks. See you on the next one.